Hi friends, this is Maya Anandan welcoming you to Bilingua tutorial. We are discussing the poem on killing a tree, which has such a relevance in today's life because we are facing the after effect of deforestation in different ways in the form of drought, flood, pollution, soil erosion, even the depletion of ozone layer. All this problem can be overcome only through planting trees. The poem dramatizes man's destruction of flora and fauna around us, emphasizing plants. It is written by an Indian poet, Gieve Patel. By profession, he is a physician and a keen poet, playwright, and an artist. He resides in Mumbai and practices medicine there. In his poems, inequality is evident. This poem also explains unequal distribution of resources. Patel makes use of many images from human body taken from his profession. Such an example is leprous skin in this poem. He implemented reverse psychology to explain the tone of the poem. The tone of the poem is without any emotional feeling. Actually, it is quite opposite to the originality. In reality, it is an outcry against human attempt to destroy the nature. Just like a doctor analyzes his patient, it was an unemotional one, but he knows his patient is in a critical situation, so the prescription is precise. Patel's artistic quality can be seen in using the images such as hack, chop, pull, pull out, snapped out, scorching, chalking, which reveals the brutality of man towards nature. And another technique he used in this poem is personification. Personification of the tree throughout the poem can be seen. It's because he made an attempt to give human being a realization that trees are also a part of our life. Trees also have life. We human beings are only concerned about us. Actually, we are very selfish. So, Patel felt that it is the best way to convince men that trees are one among them. Through the personification, humans may understand the sufferings of a tree and its sacrifice to protect man. On Killing a Tree by Gieve Patel. It takes much time to kill a tree. No, a simple jab of the knife will do it. It has grown slowly, consuming the earth, rising out of it, feeding upon its crust, absorbing years of sunlight, air, water, and out of its leprous hair sprouting leaves. So, heck can chop, but this alone won't do it. No, so much pain will do it. The bleeding bark will heal, and from close to the ground will rise curved green twigs, miniature boughs, which if unchecked will expand again to former size. No, the root is to be pulled out of the anchoring earth, is to be wrapped, tied, and pulled out, napped, or pulled out entirely out from the earth cave, and the strength of the tree exposed, those white and wet, the more sensitive hidden for years inside the earth.
When the matter of squashing and choking ends in the air, browning, hardening, twisting, withering, and then it is done.
Listen to the summary of the poem. The poem compares the process of cutting down trees to committing an act of murder. The poet presents this view in an ironic and sarcastic tone. The pain experienced by the tree while being killed dominates the mood of the poem. The poem opens with the statement that killing a tree takes a lot of time. It cannot be done merely by a stab of the knife because the tree grows up to be very stronger over a period of time, gradually drawing nutrients from the earth, the sun, the air, and the water. Its bark looks dull and discolored like the skin of a leprous person. Yet, fresh and smooth leaves keep emerging from it. A tree cannot be destroyed with a few cuts and blows. The pain caused by the hacking and chopping is not enough to kill the tree. Its injured and mutilated bark would repair. After some time, the tender leaves will rise up from its hacked base. If the small boughs are not removed carefully and left unchecked, they'll soon attain the former size of the tree. Poet says it won't be allowed. According to the poet, the action process that can kill a tree involves cruelty and ruthlessness. The root of the tree is to be pulled out from the earth, which is holding it securely, just like a mother. It is to be taken out by forcefully pulling using a rope and snapping. This root is the true strength of the tree. It is sensitive to heat, light, as it remains concealed under the surface of the earth for years. Hence, it's to be left exposed till it dries up and stops drawing nutrients from the soil for the tree. When left exposed to the sun and air, the root gradually dries, withers, and hardens. Life drains out of it, and finally, the brutal killing of the tree is done. Detailed analysis of the poem says that the poem presents a clinical and systematic description of the procedures for killing a tree. It explains how strong the tree is, and we can find the tree symbolizes humankind so that man could realize the pain of the tree. The sardonic tone of the poem criticizes the ruthless methodological ways through which humans uproot trees which had taken years to come into being. And we can divide this whole poem into 3 parts. In first part, it explains how a tree has grown up. The poet beautifully interprets the process of photosynthesis by which the plant intake carbon dioxide and purify the air. It takes minerals from earth and protect the earth just like a covering, taking water from river and giving it back in the form of rain. There is a mutual understanding. Give and take process is going on. But man knows only to take everything from nature, nothing giving back, but ruining it to the ultimate. That's why when man tries to kill a tree, the entire nature will work together to bring it back to life. And nature has given the regenerating power to the tree. And this can be seen in the second part. If man left a piece of root, all the forces in nature come together to bring the tree back to the life. And through the second stanza, the poet is trying to educate man how could he treat the nature. He says that if we protect the nature, all energies and powers in nature will work together to protect us, and will be saved from the natural calamities which we are facing now. Third and last part of the poem is filled with violent words such as robbed, tied, pulled out, snapped out, and all these things are done towards a tree. So we didn't find violence in it. But imagine if it is done towards a man or an animal, we find it is horrible and we couldn't face the situation. At last, man realizes the power of tree is hidden in its roots. This reminisces the story of Samson from Book of Judges in Bible. Samson, who reveals to a lady who was sent by his enemies to find out the secret of his life, that his strength is hidden in hair, and he was captured by the enemies after shaving the hair. Finally, man realizes the job of killing a tree is not over as long as its deepest roots, its intimate relationship with nature are not pulled out, and the root was hidden inside the earth's cave, just like a baby in his mother's lap. Earth protects the tree and gives regenerating power. When the source was exposed, we can see the contrasting image of tree. In sun or in environment, the skin is leprous and strong to face any situation, and inside the earth it is white and wet. This white here reflects the purity of tree's relation with earth. Just like inside home, we feel the safeness, and wetness, the richness of the relationship. And once the pure part is open to the impurities of environment, it could not afford. In burning sun, the more sensitive part of tree could not survive. But it can touch the earth, it will regenerate. So, the poet points to us the brutal deeds, the systematic processes that humans adopt to kill a tree completely. The concluding line says, "Then it is done." Here the glory of man's victory over nature and tree is explained. But at the same time, it reminds the man that here begins his destruction. Because without trees, man cannot survive. His destruction is awaiting. Thanks for watching. മലയാളം എക്സ്പ്ലനേഷൻ നമുക്ക് അടുത്ത പാർട്ടിൽ കാണാം.